Welcome to another episode of One Question, where here at Open Doors we ask many artists some tough questions and then compile their answers together. There are many aspects of representation that an artist can be promoted through. And sometimes the focus of the media, whether it be social media, news, or articles, can be skewed from either the truth or from the music itself. We found out what the focus generally is when it comes to female musicians by asking these artists this one question. How do you see the media portray female musicians?
I think they portray female musicians as being a little more aggressive than a lot of other kinds of professions, and because they're out there, they're out putting themselves out.
I don't know, I think the media kind of sees women, especially writing about heartbreak and stuff, as like a personal attack to someone.
Some people feel quite threatened by seeing women express themselves really openly in a way that we don't bump into on every occasion.
Taylor Swift is an example. People don't ask how she wrote the song, it's who she wrote the song about.
Women generally seem to be criticized and judged for one reason or another. If they're outspoken, they're a jerk. I want to use the other word, but I won't.
Men can write about anything and they'll be like, yeah, good job. But women write about something and they're like, so why did you write this and who is it about?
If they're quiet, that's wrong too. It's just like women can't do anything right in the eyes of the media.
It's hard to get ahead unless you know how to play the game. The media still portrays female musicians in the same way that it portrays female anything in life. It has a lot to do with the way you present yourself and how you look.
What they wear and who they're dating and what they've done to their bodies and the way their bodies change.
I think unfortunately there is a lot of portrayal that's negative in the fact and is based on looks sometimes. You know, the pop culture, and they want to create an image for certain people.
In the 80s and 90s, it was really just based on image. A lot was based on image. You know, how were you the tough rocker chick, or were you, you know, very outlandish, sexy pop star, or were you the kind of preppy, good girl image?
I think, you know, anything from, you know, a strong, independent, talented woman to just a straight up sex symbol and everything in between.
They're all wearing hats, it seems, lately in the pictures. And there's definitely a certain look. Extremely put together, extremely, you know, having it all figured out, happy, always smiling, sexy. It's almost unachievable or unattainable.
Whether they even fit the awful stereotypes that women are expected to fit into as performers, as musicians.
And I think we tend to listen to the music that looks good. You know, as you're scrolling through videos, and I've done it myself, where you're like, that might be a good video, but it's not visually appealing, so I'm going to skip over that. And you might miss out. And I know from going through the COVID videos that it's like some of the best videos I've seen are ones that I just said, you know, I'm going to click on that one anyway, even though it may not look great. And that's so I think sometimes the music can get lost in the marketing of it.
I don't know how they portray them, and maybe that's on purpose. I don't agree with looks being a part of it.
Based on, you know, their appearance, how they look, what they're wearing, you know, how they have styled their hair that week. Why does that even matter? I don't know why that should matter, because that's not what they're putting out there. It's not their, you know, their look or their sexuality or, you know, sex appeal, whatever you call it. It's not what should be important.
The women get more attention on their looks maybe than their talent, especially the celebrities, when you think that maybe less like in a rural communities and stuff, but maybe even still, but I'm thinking more of like, you know, the big celebrities, they get as much, even if not more attention on their looks and on, you know, their status and the way they are portrayed on social media. They get more attention on that than their actual music and their talent. And, you know, the way they portray themselves on social media is going to affect their music.
When I first started deciding to put myself out there as an artist, that's what I was looking to. And I had to stop because I think it is unrealistic and unattainable because it's not real.
I think women are more seen as, you know, like visual icons.
To think that that's actually how your life could be every day is, it's not real.
One of the reasons why I look up to Billie is because she's one of the most real people I've ever seen a celebrity. Like, she wears whatever she wants.
I think a lot of what we see in the media isn't real. It's a very polished, fine-tuned version of a person.
It's just really real for her to wear a hoodie and some baggy sweatpants, because
Right.
that's what we need to show. Like, if you see a guy out and about trying to like hide from the media, he's like wearing a baggy sweatshirt or something, and now people like Billie are doing that too, and it's like, finally.
The media itself has changed a great deal. So really you're kind of talking about like online presence a lot nowadays, or social media presence nowadays, and that's shifted and changed even within the last 3, 4, 5 years. I think there's a lot more liberty now than there was before. I think there is a lot more freedom to be able to be yourself and express yourself in, you know, like the Lady Gagas of the world and the Lizzos of the world. But then also being able to be the Kate McGarrigle if you want to be.
I think that they're portrayed in a pretty cool light right now. And I'm speaking of the real badasses like Pink, and, you know, not the ifs, ands, or buts, the people that are proven like outstanding women musicians. They're like the Alicia Keys, they're recognized and they're given their dues. And I feel like, even like, I don't really know much about rapping, but I feel like even those girls are really like, you know, making a move for it.
If you really want to express your music the way you want, you have to stand up for yourself.
No one has the right to portray me in any way that I'm going to give that final approval or final blessing on the way that I want to be portrayed in the media. And I think we have to give it a lot of thought, and we have to make sure that we're not, you know, influenced or swayed by, you know, anyone that doesn't see, you know, our vision and the way that we want to be portrayed.
I